I was interested in goals and exploration. I think I came in, when I thought about school, I've been in school for a lot of years, did grad school, did undergrad, and for some reason when I think about school, even through all those experiences, I thought, okay, that means the teacher has something to give me. Good. You know, the teacher's going to enter something, it goes into my brain, I take notes, I answer the questions, I move on. So that's a lot of what school had to do with me. There's a certain goal in mind, teacher gives it to me, I try and hit that bullseye, get the A, whatever it is. And that's not all I consider education and learning in my life, but when I thought of school, that is a lot of what I thought of, even though here I was becoming in a teacher program. Sometimes the teacher and I either, I don't understand the teacher's full point of view, or I'm not applying myself completely to understand it, so, it's kind of over there. Sometimes the teacher and I really aren't seeing the same at all. But I came to DeLeT and loved that I got a chance to reevaluate that side of what school and education is about. The whole message of progressive education really, I think, sank in for me. Starting with Beit Midrash, when we would take text and we would explore it and come at it. We were able to challenge each other and work together and get all the vocabulary going, like all these different my colleagues spoke of already. So, like many of us have discussed, the next piece for me that really came to a new understanding was in the experiences that we led, the experiences that we created. And the paperclip was the first one we did in class. And again, that should have, for me, boom, bullseye. There's an answer to the paperclip problem. And I knew it too, there it was. And then we got up and we walked around the room and I saw that other people also had hit this bullseye. That's why these are different colors, they're different people in this one. And that really was exciting to me because our instructions involved getting to know these different points of view, these different processes. And I was seeing that it wasn't really just that these hit this larger bullseye area. What we were looking at was that these actually were coming, in a sense, from different directions, but coming to a shared understanding. And I found that very exciting. And I think that theme continued for me when we went to some of our other classes. Like in the art class, there was an emphasis on exploration and how that would take us to different parts of ourselves. It happened in math class when we looked at things like opening questions that have a large amount of ways for people to enter into that question. It happened in another class, text class. There's a text we would look at, poems, and the teachings would have different points of view that people would express about them. So I felt that goals, for me, I started to realize that goals themselves still mean a lot to me. I expect results when I'm working on something or I'm asking someone a question of some kind. I expect an answer that I understand, I can work with. But one of the things I saw I've been getting to explore is that exploration itself is something that I do in other parts of my life. And I find it energizing, I find it creative, I can find it meditative to engage in something. But I hadn't often thought about how that'll be happening in school settings, in elementary school settings. So one other way I look at education now is there's still a target, there's still bullseyes, but not only are there different people who learn in different ways, but there's actually there's different parts of the target that we could be aiming for at different times. A subject has different ways to enter into it, I'm finding. We didn't need that one. That's usually only on the walls, I think. So what I wanted to end with was my question. I'm sorry I didn't finish that thought, but I want to get to my question. So this summer I've been doing a lot of discovery about myself and what it means for me to balance this between goals and exploration. I think this is really similar, and I'm really excited about what you were saying, AJ, is that I'll be interested to see what I continue learning about myself, but how I spend so much time inside my own brain thinking about these things. What will it be like for me to try to consider someone else who has to negotiate their own balance of what it means for them to be learning and exploring and finding that, whether it's for one person or for a classroom of individuals.